Hi, my name is Jonathan, and I would like to share 7 ways that an anti-military pacifist American, like myself, can still be patriotic. First of all, I am an internationalist. I describe myself as an internationalist, which means I despise the whole concept of the nation-state. Because the nation-state was developed hundreds of years ago in Europe in order to bolster the elite class within a certain boundary. Nationalism is a form of class warfare against the working class. The nation-state was developed in order to bolster the wealth of elites within a certain boundary. And I am in solidarity with the working class worldwide, so that's why I consider myself an internationalist. I despise nationalism. So, I myself am the least patriotic person in this whole country. I am very much anti-American, actually, and I am proud of that fact. But still, I'm still a pacifist. So a person like me, an American like me can still be patriotic. You can be patriotic and against nationalism at the same time. So I totally do not support the troops. When our military is in a parade, for example, I do not show respect for the troops. And I'm proud of that fact because I'm a pacifist. I do not clap for the troops in a parade, and I do not show respect for the American flag. Because the American flag represents nationalism, and I'm against nationalism. So I do not say the Pledge of Allegiance. Also, because of separation of church and state, I don't say the Pledge of Allegiance. So I don't say the Pledge of Allegiance, and I don't sing the national anthem, because the national anthem is a war song. It's a song that celebrates war. And as a pacifist, I will not sing the national anthem. And in my opinion, as a pacifist, congratulating the troops, it's the same as congratulating pedophiles. I mean, the troops, our U.S. troops, a person that kills someone in a war is no better than a pedophile, in my opinion. So, you wouldn't congratulate a pedophile in a parade. I don't do the same thing. So, a person that kills another human being is just as bad as a pedophile. No matter for what reason they are killing that human being, they are no better than a child molester, in my opinion. So I emphatically do not support the U.S. troops. But still, regardless of my opinion, I can still be patriotic. If you're a pacifist, you can still be patriotic. And there are 7 ways that you can still be patriotic. And the first way is there are economic ways that you can be patriotic. And first, before I get into the economic ways, I am also a socialist, specifically an anarcho-socialist, an anarchist, meaning that I believe that the profits a business makes primarily belongs to the workers of that business. Primarily to the workers and only secondarily to the investors, the shareholders of that business. That's the primary definition of a socialist. But still, I still want to describe in general the economic ways. First of all, the economic ways that you can be patriotic is to buy made in the USA. Very important. When you buy a product, look at the tag. Do not buy made in China. Do not buy made in Bangladesh or made in Indonesia. Because in the last 20 years, US-based multinational corporations have shown themselves not to be patriotic. They do not love the United States of America because they have shipped their operations overseas to Mexico, to China, and they have just devastated communities all throughout the U.S. Thousands of Americans have lost their jobs because U.S.-based multinational corporations have cared more about profits than they have cared about the American people. So it's very important to buy made in the USA to show your patriotism, because that supports American jobs. So buy made in the USA. Also regarding the economic ways you can show your patriotism is to invest in entrepreneurs. Find someone who has this awesome business idea, a business idea that you like, and invest in them. Buy some of their shares, for example. And that's a great way to show how you value free enterprise, showing that you value the free market within the U.S. So, invest in entrepreneurs. Great way to show your patriotism. Also, join in a local co-op, a local cooperative, like have partial ownership of a local business. If that business is formatted into a cooperative, and that way you can participate democratically and economically. Like, democracy primarily is an economic structure more than a political structure. So a great way to express democracy is to join a local co-op. You can make business decisions. With joining a co-op, you can make decisions within that co-op. You can have partial ownership of that co-op. So join a local co-op. Great way to show your patriotism. So those are the economic ways you can show your patriotism. The second way is to support immigration. I think if you want to be proud of your country, you should be very happy about the fact of people from all around the world wanting to come to your country, wanting to live in your country. So, like, I support an open door policy for immigration. Like, I radically support illegal immigration. Illegal immigrants should be applauded because they are not anti-American. That is a stereotype of illegal immigrants. They are actually very much pro-American. They are very happy to be in this country, and they love America. So I support illegal immigration. So that's the second way you can be patriotic, is to just very radically support immigration. The third way that you can be patriotic, if you are a non-military pacifist American, is to support popular culture in general, like the movies, music. Like, American movies are some of the best. Our film industry, the U.S. film industry, is like one of the best film industries in the whole world. We rival the United Kingdom's film industry and even Iran's film industry. Like, really, Iran's film industry is really good, and the UK's film industry is really good. So we are on par with the UK and Iran with the film industry. So, like, watch an American movie. Like, most of Hollywood films really are not that good, but there are independent films and quality films that are just some of the best in the world. So go watch a film, and after you watch an American film, like, critically think about it and talk about it with your friends. So a great way to show your patriotism is to watch an American film and go to a concert. Go to a band, an American band that has a concert, and just enjoy their music. It's just to support an American band. Like, also, our music industry is on par with the UK. Like, really, the UK, United Kingdom, has the best music scene in the whole world, in my opinion. But really, the American music scene is on par with the United Kingdom. So go to a concert held by an American band. Great way to show your patriotism is to enjoy the whole American music scene. But that's in general, popular culture, American. But specifically regarding popular culture is to read a book by an American author. Like, the American novels are the best in the world. Hands down, American novelists are better than anybody in the whole world. American novels just express an exuberant creativity and independence compared to novels in the rest of the world. So, and Americans, very few Americans actually read books. Like, very few Americans actually know how good American authors are. American novels are actually the best in the world. They're actually very good. So, go to the library, public library, and read a book. Check out a book and critically think about it. And just read a variety of American novels, because American novels are the best in the world. So that's the awesome way to be patriotic is to read books. Read books and critically think about them. So that's the third way you can be patriotic as a pacifist American, is to read books. Or read American novels. The fourth way you can be patriotic is to be open-minded towards other Americans. Like, appreciate all the cultures within America. Like, appreciate someone that's not of your race. Like, appreciate Hispanic Americans, African Americans, Asian Americans, Caucasian Americans. And if you are a conservative, politically conservative, appreciate Americans who are politically liberal. And if you're politically liberal, appreciate Americans who are politically conservative. There are just so many, there's such a huge diversity within America, both ethnically and politically. So it's very good as an American to just appreciate our wide diversity. Appreciate people that are different than you, both religiously, politically, and ethnically. So a great way to be patriotic is just to accept and not judging another American. Do not judge another American and appreciate our diversity as Americans. So, okay, that's the fourth way. The fifth way you can be patriotic if you are a pacifist in this country is to participate in town hall meetings or other public arenas where you can dialogue with other Americans. So participate in town hall meetings. Great way to express freedom of speech. So, okay. And the sixth way you can be patriotic if you're a pacifist and against the military, if you hate the military in America, is to stay informed on current events in this country. Like, that's a great way to show that you care about this country, is to read the daily news and just employ critical thinking as you watch the news, as you read current events, and just gather a variety of sources as you have an interest in current events. Like I myself, like, in order to understand current events within this country, understand current events within the United States of America, I watch Al Jazeera, I watch RT, Russia Today, and Democracy Now, ZNet, Z Magazine, and mostly left-wing sources. But just read a variety of sources in current events. That's a great way to employ critical thinking regarding current events. A great way to show that you care about this country is just staying informed about current events in this country. Okay, the final way that you can be patriotic if you are a pacifist and against the military in this country is this is really important, very important. The most important way is volunteering. Really, in general, all these 7 ways involve supporting your community, supporting your local community. So volunteering is like the epitome of supporting your community. Get involved with volunteering in, whether it's a homeless shelter, whether it's in a pregnancy center, whether it's in just anything. There's whole kinds of ways, whether it's a nursing home, children's hospital, all kinds of ways. Like I'm very much involved in volunteering. I love volunteering, and I emphatically support volunteering. So volunteering is a great way, the best way to be patriotic. So in general, all these ways involve supporting and being involved in your local community. Being involved in your local community is the best way to show patriotism. And in my opinion, supporting the military is the least way you can be patriotic. Supporting our troops is actually not a very good way to be patriotic, in my opinion. Because our military, the U.S. troops, really, they're fighting for the Pentagon, and the Pentagon, they are fighting for these big shareholders who are really not patriotic at all. Big shareholders in this country only care about their own pockets. They do not care about if this country falls. I think that's pretty much obvious what's happened in the last 20 years with supporting all these free trade agreements. Big shareholders in this country do not care if this nation falls apart. They do not care about the working class. And the Pentagon, they are fighting on behalf of the big shareholders in this country. And so really supporting the U.S. troops who are doing their bidding on behalf of the Pentagon, that is really the least way to show patriotism least way to show patriotism is actually supporting U.S. troops. So the best way to show patriotism is just getting involved in your local community. 7 ways. Talked long enough. Thank you very much.